fast? Why go multiple days without eating food? You know, everybody seems to be eating 2-3 times a day. That's the norm, you know. Get your 3 square meals a day. Like, why fast? Why subject yourself to such pain? Well, rumination for me goes down. When rumination for me goes down, I've noticed that my anxiety goes down. When my anxiety goes down, usually my mental clarity shoots up. Rumination is one of those things that I didn't even realize that I was doing it. That's number one. But two, like, not only did I not realize I was ruminating for most of my life, I didn't even realize how much of a negative effect it was having on me. And so if you're not sure what rumination is, a quick Google search, this is what it has. I'm going to paraphrase it because right now I'm not looking at my screen. Basically, it's when in this instance, I'll speak for myself, when I find myself, or would find myself, thinking of an event, say in the past or in the future, that would lead me to experience negative emotion. So that is basically Chinese for if I felt, or if indeed somebody did do something to me that, for example, let's say I felt that somebody disrespected me. Maybe they did, who knows? That's the thing. But let's say I felt disrespected. If I'm ruminating in the past, I realized that I would be in my own head thinking of that very moment, thinking about what I would have said, what I would have not said. Why did they do that? Why did they choose to do that? You know, why would they do such thing? I would never do that to them. Why would they do that to me? All right. In some ways, I would be basically almost arguing with my own self in my own head, which just sounds wild to me, but I became self-aware of that. All right. So with that being said, I've realized that kind of thinking was in some ways leading me down this ever negative cascade of a negative emotion, which in then turn would make me feel worse and worse and worse. One of the things I found with fasting is that when I am in a deep fast, the tendency to start ruminating goes down, like almost on its own. For me, I'll speak for me, almost naturally. So I don't even have to try to stop overthinking, ruminating. It just happens on its own. And so that's one of the beautiful things that I really enjoy about fasting, aside from all the other benefits that come from it. And so when rumination goes down, whether it be because you're, thinking in the past or maybe in the future, maybe you find yourself, or I often find myself, still sometimes do, thinking about what I think is going to happen and stressing about what's going to happen in the future. The thing is, I don't know what's really going to happen until that moment gets here. And so in me stressing about what I think is going to happen in the future, or something that did happen in the past, I'm stressing my own self out. Heck, life is already going to stress us out enough. Why do that to oneself? And that's one of the beautiful things about fasting. It just kind of tapers that part of the brain. I guess that's what it is, And so why fast? Well, rumination for me goes down. When rumination for me goes down, I've noticed that my anxiety goes down. When my anxiety goes down, usually my mental clarity shoots up. When mental clarity shoots up, that right there is an experience that I'm not sure how I can convey to somebody who hasn't experienced it yet. Because I'm going to tell you right now, it wouldn't have made any sense to me about a year or 2-3 years ago. But now it's one of those things that is so beautiful to experience. A state of mental clarity, just being calm, relaxed. And the best part is, I don't have to try to force it. I guess you can argue the closest thing to me forcing it is by me choosing to intentionally not eat food, aka fasting. But what I mean by intentionally not forcing it is I'm not force thinking my way into the mental clarity. That's what I mean. And so, why fast? I'm gonna say, if for any reason you identify or you feel that, hey man, I find myself thinking through some things a little bit too much, and maybe you feel stressed out, overly stressed out. Hey, maybe you just learn that rumination is even a thing. Hey, I'm here to say, hey, fasting might really help, like in a good way. I'm telling you right now, in a good way, in a good way. So